My name is Birgitta Lindsey, and I will be interviewing Joshua Martin for the Diagnostic Interview. And the first section we'll be working on is memory. Accordingly, right now, the volume is not loud enough, so we're going to have to raise our voices. It's a little uncomfortable, but we don't have a microphone. There may be quiet moments, but we'll do the best we can to try to be loud enough so that the audio is picked up. The first area, again, is memory, and let's be as loud as we possibly can be. So if you will, just relax and answer each question as comfortably and honestly as you possibly can.
Okay.
All right. What did you eat at your last meal?
For my last meal, I ate 3 beef tacos from a Mexican restaurant on Eastern Boulevard.
Okay. And can you name the last 5 presidents?
Excluding Obama, that would be Bush, Clinton, Bush, I'm not sure after that. I'm sorry.
Okay. So 3 out of 5.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And I would like you to spell these 3 words. The first word is pencil.
Okay. P-E-N-C-I-L.
Okay. Second word is apple.
A-P-P-L-E.
And the third word is hat.
H-A-T.
And what month is Christmas in?
That would have to be December.
What month is Mother's Day in?
Is that April?
It's actually May.
Oh.
What are the colors on a stoplight?
That would be red, yellow, and green.
And what do they mean?
Red means stop. Yellow means the light is about to turn red, which means caution or start slowing down.
Okay.
And green means go.
Okay. And if you will repeat after me, say these digits out loud and loud enough again to where the audio can be picked up, and say them. We're going to do a succession of forward and then backwards.
Okay.
And as each numbers change into the next sequence of numbers, they'll increase in the amount of numbers. So, starting out, if you will, just repeat after me.
Okay.
And think of going forward with the numbers. 34.
34.
581.
581.
9,427.
9427.
60,381.
60381.
273,159.
273159.
Very good. And the last one is 4,852,671.
4852671.
Very good. Very good. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing, only it'll be backwards. Okay. So I'm going to get, and I won't do the thousands, 100,000s sequence. I'll just give you the actual numbers.
Okay.
And I want you to say the numbers backwards. Okay.
Okay.
52.
25.
416.
614.
Very good. 2703.
3072.
95826.
62859.
And 803. No. 803927. Chance, go lay down. Go lay down. Let me repeat that.
729308.
Very good. I did not think you were going to pull that off. Very good. Okay, last one. 1460853.
Can you repeat that, please?
1460853.
Three 580 641.
Very good. Very, very good.
Thank you.
That's pretty impressive. Okay, the next section we're going to move into and an actual clinical diagnostic interviews. They probably don't tell the client what sections they're moving into, but I'm just going to go ahead and include that. We're going to be moving in the area of judgment. What would you do if you lost a book belonging to the library?
I would either go to or call the library and tell them that I lost the book, and I would offer to replace it with a similar copy or pay for the value of the book.
Okay. All right. And if your neighbor's house was on fire, what would you do?
I would dial 911.
That's probably a good idea.
And then I would go see if there was any way I could help, in case, you know.
Okay. All right, and if you found a letter that was addressed and stamped on the street, what would you do?
I would probably take it to the nearest post office, and either give it to them or put it in one of the little blue public mailboxes.
Okay. All right, moving on. Let's test your concentration. Tell me your home phone number backwards.
1168-527-218.
Oh, and the area code, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell me the months of the year backwards. Current year.
Current year.
Oh, the months of the year. Yes, tell me the months of the year backwards.
December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, January.
I'm not sure, but I think that's correct. Yeah, that sounded right actually. Yes.
Okay.
And if you will spell the word world backwards.
DLROW.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you to count backwards in a sequence of numbers that you'll skip, like you'll skip 7 digits or 3 digits, depending on which ones I ask for specifically. And I'm going to ask for 7. So start with, if you will, 100. Count back every 7 digits, and then say that particular number out loud.
Okay.
Okay?
So I'll start with 100.
Mm-hmm.
93.
Mm-hmm.
86. 79.
Mm-hmm.
62. 55 or what? 65. Oh, 55.
Because you said 65, that's actually the correct one, and you said 62, so I'm going to go ahead and give you credit for that.
Okay.
So, 65
Oh, I'm
is
at 75.
that's okay. 65 is the fourth one. Give
Okay.
me one more. counting down.
Oh, okay. Oh,
The seventh one from 65.
okay. That would be 58.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. And we're going to move on to the next section, which is math. And this is very basic math. So,
Okay.
if you will, tell me the sum of 7 plus 5.
13. I'm very bad with basic math. I'm sorry. I have. Is it 13? 12. Sorry.
Okay. Moving on.
I get weird about simple math.
Oh, that's okay. And interestingly enough, you have taken calculus in college, which is pretty impressive. Moving on, the next one is the difference between 12 and 4. 12 minus 4.
12 minus 4 would have to be 8.
Yep. Okay, 6 times 3.
That would be 27. Oh, what? No, I'm wrong. I'm bad. 6 times 3. 18. My bad.
Yes, it's 18.
No.
Okay. 16 divided by 2.
8.
Okay, that's right. Okay, and we're going to be moving on to the similarities in basic abstract thinking. Okay, tell me and there's no wrong answer here, and there's no
Okay.
right answer here. This is just your interpretation, and so that means that all answers will be correct, basically, because it's your interpretation.
Okay.
Tell me the similarities that you find between cat and mouse.
Both of them are mammals. I believe that's plenty similarity between two objects, because that means that they also are alive. They have litters of offspring. They both feed their young offspring with milk. There are male and female cats and mice, and they're both part of a food chain. For example, the mouse is part of the cat's food chain, or his diet. But the cat in nature is eaten by other animals. So, there.
Okay. All right, you gave me quite a few. All right, and can you give me your interpretation of similarities between apples and bananas?
Apples and bananas are both fruits which grow on trees, which people consume, and they're both part of the same healthy group. They're healthy for you, and in my opinion, they both taste good.
Okay. And the next one, if you will, give me the similarities between work and play.
Work and play are both verbs, which means they're both activities in which you can partake. The interesting thing is you have about as much work in a day as you do play if you work like an 8-hour shift, because you have 8 hours at work and then 8 hours of free time when you get off work, and a lot of times people consider that play time, or that's work and play. They're actually opposite, but they're similar in that they're both parts of this duality. Okay.
Okay, that's an interesting interpretation. Okay. Can you finish these proverbs, these basic proverbs? Don't count your chickens
Before they hatch.
Okay. And can you give me your interpretation of what that means?
Don't count your chickens before they hatch means don't make, for example, one example of a meaning of that is don't spend money before you've got your paycheck. You don't know if you're going to get a paycheck or not. You don't know how much is going to be on there. Don't use things that you don't have yet. Don't make plans with things that you haven't acquired yet.
Okay. And can you finish this next proverb? The grass is always greener.
On the other side.
And can you give me your interpretation of that?
my interpretation of that points to the fallacy that occurs in a lot of people's minds that causes them to think that the exact same things they have in their situation will be better if they were in a different situation. AKA, the grass is always greener. They think if they're in the field over there, the grass, which is the same color green as the grass in their field, is going to be greener over there in that other field. And it causes people to go out and look for other, new surroundings and stuff rather than being thankful for the surroundings they're in. So that's my interpretation of
Okay.
that.
So you're saying that gratitude plays into that?
Gratitude does play into that,
Okay.
yes, definitely. Ingratitude, grass is always greener, Ingratitude for the green grass on their side.
Okay. And the question here just states, what do you think is the source of your problem? And I'm going to actually somewhat disagree with that line of questioning, because if I were to ask a client, what do you think is the source of your problem, that can be rather off-putting, and I think that could be quite uncomfortable for any client. So I'm actually going to take it upon myself to change this particular question in this diagnostic interview and the approach entirely. And I'm going to say, what in your mind do you think might be one of your biggest challenges that you face in your life?
One of the biggest challenges that I currently face in my life right now is that I've made some stupid mistakes and driven without insurance and caused myself to not have a driver's license and caused myself to owe lots of money before I can get my driver's license. So one of the biggest challenges I face in my life situations right now is that I can only get around on a moped. Now that's not saying I'm not grateful for that moped, but and no buts there. However, also, it would be much more convenient to have a vehicle for work and life situations, to have a covered car. So that's one of my greatest challenges, is that I don't have that, and that I need. My challenge is trying to reacquire a driver's license. That's it.
Okay. And on to the next part of this question. What do you think the source, basically, of your challenge, all of your challenges are? What is your primary source of your greatest challenge? I'm not going to answer that. I was going to say, would that be the driver's license, or what is your the source?
The source of it is my own irresponsibility and lack of discipline.
Okay.
And that's a source of a lot of other problems in my life. So, irresponsibility and lack of discipline.
Okay.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline. All right. Let me ask you, tell me about your sleep, briefly. Do you sleep well, or are you an insomniac?
When I have the opportunity to lay down and go to sleep, I'm asleep.
Okay, so you sleep very well.
Yes.
Okay, you don't suffer from insomnia?
No.
Okay. All right. And what about your diet?
I eat good. I eat healthy food. Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that the portions are adequate, or do you feel that they're
Plenty.
Plenty. Okay. You eat plenty.
Yes.
All right. Suicidal, homicidal tendencies?
None.
Okay. And we're going to move on to the... I know.
Okay. Oh, yes.
We're going to move on to the mini mental status exam.
Okay.
And again, as with the other exam, just to answer honestly, to the best of your ability, and speak up so the recorder can pick it up.
Okay.
What is the year
The current year is 2014.
The season?
It is springtime, I believe.
Mm-hmm. What day is it?
Today is Tuesday.
Okay, what about the date?
The date is April 28th.
Very good. And what month is it?
April.
Okay, all right. You are batting at every single base here. Okay.
Baseball isn't played that way.
I don't know. I thought it sounded clever. Okay, registration. All right, can you name 3 unrelated objects?
3 unrelated objects.
Mm-hmm.
Car,
Okay.
a tree, and what's unrelated to those? And a coffee mug.
Okay.
Arguably, there are connections between those.
And actually, I think I was supposed to give you 3 unrelated objects. So, I'm going to give you 3 unrelated objects, and I'm going to ask you to repeat all 3 after I've said them. So, seashell, curtain rod, and dime. Can you repeat those for me, please?
Seashell, curtain rod, dime.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving right along. Can you also, we did this test already about counting backwards from 100 in sequences and digits of spaces of 7. So we don't need to repeat that, but I will ask you to once again spell the word world backwards.
DLROW.
Okay, fine. And can you repeat the 3 objects that I gave to you?
Seashell, curtain rod, dime.
Very good. Okay. All right, and can you tell me what this is?
That would happen to be a stapler.
Okay. And can you explain what it does and what it is, basically, and what it is?
Well, this stapler allows you to attach pieces of paper together using staples. It drives staples into stacks of paper.
Okay, and can you tell me what this is?
That is an ink pen.
And what does it do?
It allows you to write on paper.
Okay. And can you repeat, please repeat after me the following statement: no ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay. Also, can you please take this paper,
Okay.
this piece of paper, and if you will, take the paper and fold it in half,
Okay.
and then put it on the floor, please.
Okay.
Okay, and can you do what you see here? Okay, thank you. For the record, this says close your eyes. And if you will, can you write a sentence, please, on this particular sheet of paper? And you can use this book here.
Okay.
Can you write this? Can you write the sentence, "The dog played the piano"? Thank you. And if you will, underneath of the sentence, can you draw this structure, please?
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be that size, it can be any size. thanks. And
You're
that
welcome.
pretty much wraps up our diagnostic interview. Thank you, Josh, for joining me and for participating. And that's pretty much it.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you.